AAC political party.
Okay. Please, can you give us a brief history of your early childhood experience that shaped into the woman you are today?
Okay. My early childhood experience is quite fascinating one. Kudos to my parents, late pious man lfemeludike, God bless his soul. For my mother, Chinyere lfemeludike, Chinyere Juliana lfemeludike. One of the events that kind of took a turn in my early childhood and my later adult life up till this point is the fact that I lost my dad at a very tender age. I was just 5. And at that point, I didn't even know what was happening. I can remember I was all playing, and because we suddenly didn't have to go to school that morning, and we're asked to take off our school uniforms, and like a child within that age range, you'd be happy. I was happy that we didn't have to go to school that morning. I didn't know, nobody told me that would be one incident that would affect or reflect in my life in the coming years. But it's past now, but I'm just trying to let you know that this, for one, directed or redirected my childhood, because then my mother became a father and a mother at the same time. I knew what that means. Her presence wouldn't be like it should if she was just the wife and the mother. And then she was more invested in providing for us. And I appreciate my mom's sister who was there for us, kind of played the motherly role. So these are some of the events, and also the fact that I was raised in the northern part of Nigeria, just Plateau State, also gave me exciting moments and experience as a young child. So yeah. And also my siblings made it quite, a fascinating one. My brothers and my sisters, the love, the togetherness, all the fights, the quarrels, how family is. So yeah. And then my primary school, secondary school friends, my community in Jos Plateau State, Apata, to be precise, all the people who put hands together, to form me into the woman I am today. It's been a fascinating one, and I appreciate you all.
Wow, thank you. You moved from screen now. We know you as the screen diva. Now you move into politics. What inspired you considering politics to pick politics in Nigeria, considering the fact that politics is male dominated in this nation?
I haven't moved. I'm just trying to strike a balance now, because it's a new, I'm now in a new terrain, and it's not that new to me. The fact I haven't taken up, this challenge to vie for a position, or haven't had the opportunity like the African Action Congress has given me. The fact that hasn't happened doesn't mean that new to this terrain. But then, yes, acting has always been my first love, and now politics is right here in my face, looking me and tearing me. So yeah.
Okay.
The both is and also the fact that I study political science. I've been an activist for years. So it's almost like it's not that new. It's only new for people who don't really know me. But people who know me very well, who know how much I've invested in this both careers, know that this current political terrain is not new to me. And the issue of male dominance, I'm used to this. Why don't we have male dominance in Nigeria, in the south is where, even in the industry where we are, in Nollywood, it's still present, no matter how little you find it, it's present. Also, as a comrade, it's also there. You find very few women as activists. I was a Nance comrade. As a Nance comrade, we were few. They used to call us Aluta E, whatever that meant. So we were very few women. So we've always been male-dominated society. Yeah. So, but the thing for women like us is that people need to understand, society needs to understand, is that, can you come closer please, is that we're not the usual woman. We're not the regular woman. We're born for this. We're created for this. We're created to stand up at a time when men are not doing the right thing. I don't know if you get the difference. So at that point, the male dominance means nothing. If children will be led to die because of hunger, if our society will be the way we have it today, and we see the loss of lives, then women must stand up. Like the About Women's riots. I'm sure it was, maybe it didn't get this bad before the women rose up to, the occasion. So times like this is when the universe presents women like us, and we do the needful.
What are your core political values, and what changes are you seeking to bring into Anambra State?
Equity, fairness, justice. That's all it should be in a democratic setting. For instance, we're marching out today on the streets and we're demanding that the 50 million levy imposed by ANSA is outrageous. It is unconstitutional that you have a young person of my age and you're demanding such outrageous amount. Where am I supposed to get it from?
We're just coming to that about the 50 million bill. So
yeah, so I'm just,
giving
a reflection of, what this struggle means. So it's just a time for us to just sit up and do the right thing. Yeah.
You're a youth. Please, can you speak on your own perspective of youth empowerment? How do you intend to ensure youth involvement if elected as the first female governor of Anambra State?
Youth empowerment.
Yes, your own perspective, because everybody has their own definition.
Yeah, youth empowerment is key for me. It's key. And the very best way to empower people is educating them. You don't give someone fish. You show them how to fish. I'm not here to tell people I'm going to give you money. That could happen. It could come, in our manifesto. But the key thing to enable our young people to be able to fend for themselves is proper education, skill acquisition, developing the agricultural sector enough to employ our youths beautifully. Because these avenues are available, only that we don't have leaders who care. We only have people who have come to steal. And it's clear in that simple term. It's as simple as that. You don't need any big grammar or any dictionary to explain what we're experiencing as a people. We have gluttons, visionless people in key positions. How then do you think the youth of Nigeria, of Anambra State, can thrive? So empowerment for me keyly is education, skill acquisition, diversifying the economy by introducing technology in agriculture, mechanized agriculture, and discarding the traditional hoe and cutlass method of farming. So these are many more you find in my manifesto anytime I introduce.
How do you intend to tackle insecurity menace in Anambra State?
Yeah, insecurity, it seems like it's become, a gigantic situation. And for me, when I look at it holistically, like from my own perspective, I only see mediocrity. Leaders who aren't strategic and who aren't intentional in leading. First off, for insecurity, with the magnitude we have it right now, is to get into the communities where there are red alerts and create, the vigilante setups we have today. When you look at it, you see that we just have people who are available who carry guns. Are they trained? Do they really understand their job? Do they understand that their job is not to harass women at the market and take money from them? But what do you want to teach them when they see the Nigerian police force on the street taking money? You see, the problem with Nigeria is that it's so deep-rooted and we ignore it. It's just like you're treating something, you're treating an ailment, you ignore the core reason why you're sick, and you keep trying to solve, all the other areas without tackling the core problem. So when you talk about vigilantes, You see, they are corrupt. And they don't even have what it takes, the training capacity to be able to get into these situations in the communities and intervene. Some of them they're even going through this poverty situation like you and I. So how do you expect a hungry man to secure you? You know, you hand guns to hungry people. Still the same thing we do with the Nigerian police. We're all in this poverty situation together. The hardship the policeman is going through with his children, and you expect him to sit and be dying of hunger while he's fighting for you? It's just very clear situations, but do we have leaders to really get in and solve it like it should? They know the answers, but do they really want to answer it? Or they want to keep us impoverished, our children uneducated, and our society chaotic and, read with crisis so they can keep manipulating it. So, and when you speak the truth, what do? They gag you, they silence you. Is this the society we're building for the next 50 years? Even the very people who are plunging our society in this dark place don't even know what they're doing. They don't know the magnitude of the problem they are creating for the future. Are they going to be here in the next 100 years? No. Who will live with this problem? The children we're birthing. We must wake up, because they themselves don't even know what they're doing unless we challenge them. Unless we tell them and bring to their notice that what you're doing is against our very children we bring in this society, and it's unacceptable, because we ourselves have failed as a people. And that is why, they really have no choice but to behave the way they are behaving, because you and I refuse to stand up and speak up.
Well, thank you. Anambra has the smallest land mass after Lagos, and we are beclouded by gully erosion and co. So what are your plans to help in these riverine areas and to resolve erosion affected places to secure our land?
It's quite unfortunate that erosion is come very challenging in so many areas in Anambra State. And most times you find out that it's just mere negligence from even us, the people who reside in our areas, and also the government. Because when you look, apart from the terrains that are prone to erosion, you also find out that we don't even have a good sanitation, character. Both the people and the government. People throw trash anywhere. We can't, there's so much awareness on climate change. The only continent, I don't know about other, let me not use continent, let me use our country. But if I say continent, I see a lot of African countries doing well. The only country or state in the world that is not conscious or aware of this situation, because it's going to be an emergency soon. It's already an emergency. Is Nigeria. What are we doing to help ourselves in this climate situation? Look at the areas that have been flooded. Do you see the magnitude of damage? I think it was Niger State or which state that lost how many people in just one day. Have you seen what water does to people when it comes? So in our own character, attitude, or way of doing things, we must first of all keep our environments clean. Then when it comes to governance, and when I become the governor of Anambra, because I will become, just a matter of time, and the Anambra supporting me, we're going to make sure we draw a map, a waterway map. Water has its way. If you don't give water its way, it's going to destroy things. There needs to be a major plan for the waterway in Anambra State to, take its routes. We need to create a water route. And it needs to be something that has to be done on a round table with professionals. And we draw out a map how this water can be channeled at the necessary, directions, especially at those water-prone areas. We need to build gullies. We need to put underground water channels that we connect communities and collect this water. It's simple things to do. We just need to use the little resources we have and be strategic and not be wasteful, because we're so wasteful. You find a government investing money in their political parties because they are incumbent, and they use it to sponsor their political activities. They pay off electorates in their parties. They give stipends to thousands of people, which amounts to millions in dollars and billions of naira. in just servicing structure. That those monies that you're giving to those people because you want to keep them to feel that you're giving them something. Meanwhile, you're giving them fish, and their lives are in danger. Because when water comes, it's not going to ask you if you took 5,000 from your governor as ABGA whatever, or ABGA chairman, or ABGA, a local government. Whatever money you're taking, just realize that it's your own blood you're eating from. Because that money should have been channeled to infrastructures that will safeguard you and your children. So if these monies are conserved and channeled in the right places, like when you're talking about erosion, make sure that the waterways are built underground. That's how it's done. A proper water channeling can solve the erosion. Then the infrastructures will now come in to rebuild.
There's 2 more questions. Then we're You launched the website Chioma for Governor 2025.
Oh yeah, you're up to date.
How do you intend to reach a wider audience of Anambra, especially from the grassroots, from the family, through that website? Because the more we have the name Chioma in our face, in our mind, the more consciousness we have. So how do you intend to do that?
I can't do it without you guys. The media, I've always said this, we have to be partners. Because you guys have become the ears of the gods. You guys have become the voice. Our job is to speak, but who will amplify the voice? Look at the quality of conversation we're having. If every Anambra should hear this, do you think they will not support me? They will support me. But who would give the platform? When we call the media, they ask for money. And I must say kudos to you guys. Opera Hub, you guys, thank you so much for reaching out and doing this without even asking for anything. Because I'm used to calling the media and asking for money. The last time I even said, okay, let me mobilize, and they didn't put my work on their space, but they took money from me. And I look at them, I laugh, because the money you're taking from me is the money I don't even have. You take it and you don't even write what you're supposed to write for a young candidate, and you have kids. You're only shooting yourself in the leg. What I'm doing here, I could go to sleep. I have a career. I'm a producer. I don't even rely on producers. I do my content. I can decide to leave the country, but I have to put my life right here, because this is what I can do to give my own quota to humanity. Then when it comes to your turn, you want money in exchange. The universe will pay you back. Posterity is waiting for you. So we need to be partners with the media. The media, the radio stations, the amount they're calling is outrageous. Anambra Broadcasting Service, the last time I told you, I have to pay a whopping 250,000 naira. Because, of course, the government has imposed those fees to keep us away. Is this the society we want to build for our children? There should be things that should be more than political ambition. We must consider our lives and the lives of the unborn children of our country. So, you guys must partner with us to get this website to the smallest and the highest person in our society and communities.
Alright, finally, just give us, tell the Anambra people, state your objective, give them a message of hope.
My objective is nothing but to wake you up from sleep. Anambra Tetenemola. What they're offering to you is just a scratch compared to what you deserve, compared to what you're paying taxes for, compared to what they get from the internal generated revenue, compared to the allocations they get, is a scratch. Demand for what is yours. Stand up, take your state back. 2027 is around the corner. They're already making negotiations with your votes. They're already making promises with the votes you haven't even given. Wake up and stand up and fight. If not for yourself, fight for your children. You deserve it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Finally, your name and your title again once more again. Let's know who you are.
Yes. Let me do this again. My name is Chioma lfemeludike. I'm an activist. I'm an actress. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a philanthropist. And a lover of God, a servant of the Most High God. And I'm saying vote Chioma for Governor 2025.
Thank you.